Hello everyone, Bridget with Altenew. I'm here to walk you through layering for the Build a Garden Esplanade Flowers Stamp, Die, and Stencil set. In this set, you will receive a 6x8 stamp set, a stencil set, which includes 3 simple coloring stencils. On the back, you can see the stencils included, as well as a project you could create in the supplies listed, a mini ink blending tool, and for an additional purchase in the shop, there is an add-on die set which will cut the flowers and leaves. Let's have a closer look at the trifold. On the back, you'll notice it indicates a stencil is available and there are 2 full-size card examples inside. Here are the 2 full-size card examples. You open the flap in the far left, you see the sample along with the supplies used, and on the far right, you see products perfect for pairing with this set. In the center is the layering guide, the inks used to create the image shown, and step-by-step, stencil by stencil, how to create each of the images included. When it comes to the leaves, it indicates when the stamp set was used and when and which stencil was used to create that leaf. We will begin with the first flower using stencil number 1A1 with soft lilac. We'll then move on to A2 on stencil number 1 with lavender fields. We will then move on to stencil A3, which is still on stencil 1, and this we will use the beautiful, beautiful deep iris. Once this is complete, we will move on to the final step of this floral, which is A4, and this is still on stencil 1 with midnight violet. That will complete our first floral. Moving on to the second floral on stencil 2, we will begin with B1 and soft lilac ink. Next, we will move to B2 on stencil 2 still, and this we will use lavender fields ink. Be careful, there are openings, so you want to make sure you're just doing the opening that you are on for that step. Now we're on B3 on stencil 2, and we are using the lovely deep iris. We will complete the final step, B4 on stencil number 2 for the second flower. For this, we will use the gorgeous midnight violet ink. And that completes our second flower. For our final flower, we move to stencil 3, section C1 with soft lilac ink. Next, we stay on stencil 3, but we move on to C2 with lavender fields ink. We will then move on to C3 with deep iris, still on stencil number 3. And finally, we will do C4 on stencil 3, and this will complete our floral with midnight violet. We will now move on to the leaves. First, we will do D, which is on stencil 3, and begin with Shadow Creek. We will move on to D2. This uses Grass Field, still on stencil 3. And finally on stencil 3, D3 with Firefly. Next we will move on to E, which is on stencil 3 and begin with Grass Field. Then we will add Shadow Creek. And finally E3 will be Firefly. Next we will move on to leaf F1 on stencil 1. And for this we will be using Grass Field, and F2 we will be using Shadow Creek. And finally we'll move on to G on stencil 2. For G1 we will be using Grass Field, and G2 we will be using Shadow Creek. Please look at some inspiration from our amazing designers. To find out more about Build a Garden, Esplanade Flowers, and other available products, please visit us at altenew.com.